So you want to transfer account to money to an account. Have you got our node running?
Yeah, that's the easy bit. And I've set up the rgov interface, the one you use Node for.
And have you installed the private key of the Bootstrap account in MetaMask? Have you imported the private key?
No, I have not. No, I don't think I have.
Okay, so in the document, I guess right after the first screenshot, it should have in a box there the private key of the Bootstrap account. I suppose we should pin that to the channel somewhere.
But it should be on the Genesis list. So there's this list of public keys, and you have the private key of.
I don't know if it's there. I'm not sure where it came from. It probably came from one of those lists or somewhere. But if you open the localhost document.
Okay. Let me clear my windows here. All of the stuff I have open, most of it is RChain anyway. But I'd like to.
Look at localhost, rgov, localhost, liquid democracy.
Do you want me to share a screen?
Yeah, I was just going to show you where it was first. Okay, so you created this, ran this, and you ran hello world, and that worked. Okay, so now you have to get this private key. And copy it. And then in your MetaMask, well, I'll let you import the account.
Okay.
Share your screen.
Right. Oh, that's the wrong one.
So
wrong screen.
Did you find the address actually?
Yeah, it's I've been
You're in the wrong document, I guess.
It's that one.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
So
Right. Let me move these away.
So you
Details.
hit the account circle there, import account.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Private key.
Oops. And we need to change the name of it.
Yeah.
We could have done that before, but if we do account info, we can, okay, we can change the name to Bootstrap. Call it Bootstrap.
Cool. And now what I need to do is open a
You
terminal.
really need to connect that account to the page, but
let me stop our node because I've been running it using Docker. Right. So that I want to go to Um, hmm.
So I thought you wanted to start it, not stop it.
Hold on. Where is that thing? Now this is the Docker instance that I'm running.
Yeah,
Our node.
that doesn't include all our classes, huh?
Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, well, if you know, you can go into the Docker system and install all the stuff you need there. Or run it natively.
Well, at first I'd like to. Was it run? Okay, run. I'd like to use whatever you're using,
Yeah.
at least initially.
Why did you get an error? Okay, so it's running. It's a little small for me to see.
Oh, sorry about that.
You make the type bigger.
Where's? Okay, so this was. Right, it's running. Yeah, it's running.
Yeah, well, it said it was running.
Node start. No, npm start. Okay.
Okay, so why don't you check balance? And hit
Explore.
connect, hit connect wallet. And you have to connect the account. I think you have to check it if you want to connect it.
Yeah. Explore. Yeah, that's a nice balance.
Okay,
Okay.
so now you want to you want to send some to your other account. Okay, so you do it. You hit choose transfer.
From address to address. Okay.
From address, you connect wallet. To address, you got to paste that in. Now you could switch to that wallet and copy it, but then you're going to have to copy the from address again when you switch back.
Well, let's do test one. I don't want to connect it to it, but
Yes, you have
I
to
just-
connect it. Oh, you don't need to, but if you want to get it into the wallet field, you're going to have to connect.
that's too bad. Right.
Why is that too bad?
Because I just want to copy the address. I don't want to switch to that account.
Yeah, you're going to have to switch and switch back.
Yeah.
So you copy you could. Okay, you think you did it right. Okay,
Yeah, I did.
that's from and to address there. And
So
add a few zeros to that because it's in Revel, it's times 10 to the -8. So you definitely need to add some zeros.
Oh, it's -8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that's
0.5
paste.
red. and then you have to deploy.
5,000. That's 5,000. Deploy. 8080. Okay. So this connects to localhost 8080.
Yeah. Hit sign it. What?
I'm just going to copy the code from here.
It's right in the black box.
Oh, it's the same. Okay. All right. So now what it's supposed to do.
So where are you going? Look, okay, so you're going localhost.
Propose.
Should be done.
It's still, yeah. Invalid base encoding. Oh, okay. Oh, so I need to encode the address. This is the Ethereum address.
Right. So you
I
can't
need
use
to-
that. So you're gonna have
I
to
need
connect. You have to connect that wallet and hit the connect button to get the address. And then copy it from the from field into the to field.
How does it get the rev address? It's base 58 encoded. I'm just going to do it again.
What are you talking about? You can't use that. You can't use that. You can't use
Yeah, I know.
you can't use an ETH address there. You're gonna have to select the wallet you want it to go to. Connect it, hit connect wallet, copy the rev
Okay.
address and paste it into the to field.
Okay, I'll do that. I just want to copy this, just store it for and now I need to connect wallet, but I first need to change the
Top right circle. Yeah.
okay. That's copied.
You don't
Oh,
need,
no.
you can't copy that.
Connect wallet.
Is it connected?
Yeah,
Did you get a different address there?
yeah, I did.
Okay. Paste that into the to field.
And now I need
Now I
to,
gotta switch back again.
yeah. Can you see everything?
Yep, sort of. I mean, I can't read it, but I can see it.
Is it better?
Yeah. Transfer successful.
So this is the deploy.
That's the deploy ID or signature of the
Okay.
deploy. Same, the deploy ID and the signature are the same thing.
Mhm. And now I need to check balance for that account. But I need to switch on to
You want to explore.
connect, explore. There's my balance.
There you go. Did 100.
So Rev Vault is a standard contract.
Yeah,
Yeah, look up revolt channel. Okay.
yeah, I guess it's sort of built in. I mean, you have the system contracts, which we loaded when we did the bootstrap. Well, actually, the bootstrap just did the Genesis. When we did the deploy all, it basically loaded all the standard libraries. It deployed all the standard libraries that we would use, like list ops and things like that.
Right, and I can basically view
The
I can basically view the log by going into Bootstrap.
bootstrap log, run our
No.
log.
Okay. And I have a single node network at the moment. Okay, should we do something something else?
Well, what well, what we normally do on this call, or did when Dan was here, was review the issues and maybe work on one.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, let's um, governance log, wrong thing. What I like to do also is I like to look at the things that we haven't checked, like direct messaging and chat channels would be a good one to work on, maybe. I don't know. But there's all these unchecked ones here are things that we can work on. And I suggest looking at the list and picking something to work on and deliver. And just bring it to work studies, to have all your questions answered and take you to the next step.
Can you send me that document?
Yeah, it's pinned to the channels.
Oh no, I have it. I have it open. Liquid democracy trust metric prototype in rholang.
This is our guiding document.
Direct messages in chat channels.
That's a feature that you could select and do that feature if you're interested.
Is designed to delegate power from top down. Deliverables, direct messages and chat channels. What? Okay.
Okay, that's the idea. Is everybody that comes on board, we want them to work on something.
Right.
The idea is while you learn, you're accomplishing something. You're making a deliverable.
What? Where can I? Where do those chat channels need to be implemented?
In rgov.
Oh, in the interface.
In the interface, right? But we probably need to add a class for the chat application that has the
Okay.
methods that are used for chat. And then in the interface, we just interface to those methods.
Right. Let me see. So
So
this is our node.
So yes, we work in Visual Studio Code, right?
Or Vim. It's maybe it would be a good idea if I share a screen.
Yeah.
All right.
So what are you thinking?
Exploring the directory.
I don't see your code screen.
Oh, sorry. That's not the one. Hold on. Wrong screen. Is that? Yeah, that's the one.
All right. So you don't want to use Visual Studio Code, huh?
No. It's just force of habit, I guess. Let me get this bigger. Is that all right?
That's pretty good. So
So these are the actions.
right. And the actions, there's a template there, action.js.
Yep.
Okay, and in there, this gives the order of the items in the pull down, and defines the type of their arguments to be put in, to create the input boxes.
So we basically need another field.
We
That's
need, yeah, we have to have another file in the actions directory, and we have to define the arguments as the fields we want for it, and we give it a name to appear on the pull down, and it could be
send a message
it
or
could be
join the channel.
it could be send a message. Now what I mean, basically you have CRUD capabilities.
Create, update, delete. Okay.
What's our update? So we have the join, obviously, and we have the the set of capabilities associated with the chat. Okay, and those capabilities need to be shared by among ourselves, right? So we need to create a chat and provide a join to it. So if you go down there, there should be MQ dot, no, in the list of files. Where's MQ.row?
How can I search in the list of files?
I've been trying to figure that out. But it's got to be either in the top directory or in the rholang directory under source. Feature, okay. That's it. I don't know, this thing seems like there's a couple of different versions. Is there a rholang under SRC?
I don't see it. Oh, no, there isn't.
So down below should be all the rholangs, I guess, near the bottom of the main directory. There's working group.row. Where's the rest of them? They're hiding. Oh, great.
They're not there.
Yeah, why don't you do a search for issue or something?
Issue. I need to search for an issue? Actions, okay.
Where's issue.row? It's in the core?
Rholang core. Yeah.
That's not where I would expect to find it. And we don't see MQ.row in there. And MQ.row is the basic message queue, which is what a chat channel is.
No, there's no such thing. I know what MQ is.
Yeah. Well, I have a gist that has the MQ in it.
That would be interesting to read.
Yeah, well, basically you want to copy it and paste. You want to create a new row file for chat.
In core?
Yeah.
MQ.row.
No. Chat.row.
Okay.
Okay, I mean, we might as well just modify the MQ to do what we want. Right? This is copy and paste programming.
Okay. Yeah, just I want to get used to the terminology. I'm going to create a branch called chat.
Right.
And we're going to work on that branch. Is that all right?
Yeah, it's fine. That's perfect. Thank you for remembering to do that. I should have told you to do it.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're in the chat branch, and now we want to create chat.row, right?
We created it.
We created.
But where's the gist?
My gist.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gist. MQ.row. It's here. Copy. And where should I put it? I'll put it in Discord.
see if I can find it.
How come I can't find you? Okay, there's the gist. So,
Okay.
okay, paste that in. Now, were you missing a bracket or you got them all?
No, I got everything.
Okay, so now, now you want to globally change MQ to chat. Control H, I think does that.
Hmm.
What?
Yeah. Why isn't it changing it? Replace with chat. Yes. Yes. Okay. Everything's replaced.
Okay, we're done.
3 occurrences.
We're done. We have to do it. We have to, now we have to do the actions. Okay,
Okay.
which I guess has to be new chat and
So this is the contract. Can we go through it?
yes.
So I'm familiar.
Yeah, so you know, it's a little tricky, but it will certainly stretch your brain a little bit understanding how it works.
So why is there result and std out at the same time?
Because we want the result to go to the log, not to the deployer ID, or to, you know, if we do a deploy, it goes to the deployer ID, row, RChain, deploy ID.
I'm not hearing you very well for some reason.
Oh, I'm talking, not facing the microphone.
Okay, much better.
Yeah, maybe make it just slightly bigger so I don't have to lean forward.
Yeah, as big as you want.
There we go. Oh, I have my wrong, I don't have my good glasses on, that's why. Okay, so there's, you know, 3 places you might want your result. Okay, if you just plan to do an explore and not change the blockchain at all, and not access any private information, you would just put result by itself, just a new name. And the first new name is where the result goes when you do an explore. But you don't always want the result to come out as the a result of the deploy. Sometimes you want to just put the result in the log, in which case you use the power box function to connect the name result to row ID standard out, STD out.
So result has a special functionality. So sort of it outputs.
No, a result isn't special at all. We can call it anything we want. I mean, but
Okay.
it provides the access to the log. The power box functions is what connects us to the outside world, along with, you know, some other uses like storing row IDs.
So why are those 2 redundant then?
That's interesting. I guess the reason is because sometimes we want different output to different devices, and we just change that.
Okay. Oh,
So,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's redundant. In this case, unless we change one of these to something else, they're both, we get the same, we'll get through all the results to standard out, not just uh, anything sent to result, and anything sent to standard out will be displayed in the log. Okay, and the result of the deploy would be log list. The result of an explorer would be log list, because that's the first name introduced. So getting double duty there in that I can see the out. I can use an explorer. Uh, okay, and you know, if I don't want to update the blockchain at all. Okay, and when I explore, it just runs the test program down below and nothing gets saved. I guess the test program is not below, it's in the middle.
So I should look for test. Why doesn't it? So basically, we need to create an action that invokes this contract, correct?
Right, go down to testing so you can see how the contract works anyway.
Here.
Yeah, okay, so we make a new chat. First thing.
Where does the testing start from? From this?
From that, right.
Okay. So we return, we send the chat contract some data.
No, you send it a name of a channel.
Okay.
As a process, we always send processes, but it's really the name of the channel.
Okay.
So we want to get a return value on.
Yeah.
And it returns us 3 capabilities: pub, sub, and isEnd. Okay, so
send.
now do we want to stick with that terminology?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Hey, Gary, we're implementing chat today. And we're looking at the MQ, or we're changing the MQ program into the chat program, chat.rho. Okay, so we globally changed the word MQ to chat. And we're just looking at the test routine to see that we send return channels to chat, which creates a new chat. We read from the channel ret, and we get 3 capabilities: pub, sub, and isEnd. Okay, so when we want to publish on the channel a chat, we use pub, and when we want to listen to a chat, we use sub. Okay, and then if we subscribe, okay, we have to give it a listener. So there has to be a listener program that listens to the listens for new things in the chat channel. Does that make sense? If we look at listener.
So this is the listener contract.
Right.
And it takes a value and ret arguments.
Right. And it tells us the value we got. This is the value we were listening for. This is the chat message. Is value.
Okay.
Okay, and we log that, and we wait for the log to complete. I had problems with the log getting out of order. I'm not sure how that happened. But in any case, this is to prevent that from happening.
So how do we get this to run?
Well, okay, the listener contract is called from the publish operation above.
This one.
Right.
Oh, but I don't see it here.
Oh, that's true. It's called from the sub. It's called from the sub method above. I'm sorry, sub method.
Oh,
When we subscribe to it, it invokes the listener. Okay, and the listener contract sends the first item in the chat channel to the loop. Okay, and it's a linked list. So then in the contract loop, we take the current item, which we starts out being the head of course starts as the head of the list. Okay, and from the current, we get the next value. We get next and the value. And then we send the value to the listener and acknowledge the result. Okay, and we do some logging. And we read the acknowledgement and we print out the message sent. Okay, there's way too much debugging code in here. We can take that out later. This is just so that we can, make sure it runs properly. It does what we expect it to do. Okay, so what's going to the way this works is a little bit tricky. When we look for when we look for the value next, it's not it doesn't exist yet. We've never sent anything to the head of the list. The list hasn't started yet. But when we do send a chat message to the channel, this will fire.
What would fire? The acknowledgement.
The read would succeed. Now, up at 11. Okay, this reads the value next from the head first. Well, we never wrote anything to head, so it's not going to satisfy this until somebody sends a message to the chat channel. When the first message is sent to the chat channel, boom, this fires. Okay, and it calls the listener with the value, so that anybody listening will. So the person listening is going to will get the message. And we may need get a little complexity to read all the messages that are waiting rather than just one at a time. But that's another problem. Okay, so we got next, and we send it to the listener, and then we loop on the next. Well, nobody wrote a next message yet. So when we read, the loop isn't going to continue in, it's going to, well, the loop will continue it and it'll execute 11. Now the current is the next, and it gets a new next back with the value of the second message. So every time, every item in the list has a new next. Questions?
I'm not that far.
A little
How do
tricky.
we run this? The question is, how do we run this so I can get the feel of what's going
Go
on?
back to testing.
Okay.
Okay, and so we're going to make a new next, and then right here we're going to do a subscription, and we're going to pass it to listener.
Well, here.
On line 55. I don't know what you mean. Line 54 now. We subscribe to the chat channel.
Okay.
Okay, we got a subscribe capability. So we call subscribe, we pass it to listener. Now it's going to run the loop, but it's going to
Okay,
wait.
so
wait.
the listener should include the key that's the signature of the person joining the channel.
Yeah, well, this is keeping it simple, stupid. Obviously it should.
Okay, not yet, yeah.
But we need to work up to that, and there's some security issues. Okay, that have to be solved. So we'll cheat a little. We'll let the person. We'll use the person's own identity to design the list for now. I'm not sure how we're going to do it at period, but we'll do it somehow. Okay, and then we're gonna prototype. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so the listener subscribes here, and I don't know. I'm trying to think if we're going to need more, but I guess we'll find that out soon enough. Okay, so now we publish a message on line 55. All right. And then we publish another message on 57. If we look at publish, if we look at the publish up above, oops.
This one, yeah.
Okay, the pub. Okay, we can see that, well, for each chat channel, there's a head and a tail. Okay, so when somebody publishes something, we read the tail. Which is
what tail is the accumulation of messages.
No, tail is just
The last one.
the name of the last one.
Okay.
Okay, which we stored, we saved it in tail. So now we know what the end used to be, right?
Yep.
And we take the value that we're publishing. And the new tail, and write it to what used to be the end. So we're saving the value at the end of the list. And we have a new tail here, which we just made up. Oh, sorry. How do we do that here? Okay. So do you see how we create a new tail on 25?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to replace the old tail. So we're on line 28, we write new tail to tail. So the next time somebody publishes something, it'll get added to the list after this one.
So what does end? So end is the last message coming from tail.
End is the name of the last message.
Yeah.
The old tail.
Yeah. And tail basically sends out.
Tail is where we stored it. It's a cell. It's like a variable where we say
each message is stored in an unforgeable name.
We send it to that channel. It's a channel name.
Okay.
Okay, and then we read that channel to get it back.
Okay.
And then it's gone. But we're going to write a new one on 28. Okay, we write the new tail there. And between the time we read it and we wrote it back again, there's nothing there. So there's no synchronization problem of people sending chats at the same time, because only one, when you read the value of tail, you have exclusive use of it until you write it back.
Right. Okay. So this is the pub sort of function.
Right.
The contract, and it takes a value and a ret argument. And this is a new channel. So when tail is received, where does it get the tail from? From these two?
No, go up to the top when you the chat function. When we create a chat, okay, the first thing we do is we make a new head, tail, pub, sub, and is at end, and we write to the tail the head. Has no items. We make it an empty list. That we're sending the head to the tail. So the first thing we read from tail is the first item in the list, the head.
Yeah.
Then we get a new tail every time we publish something.
Okay. A new tail every time we publish something. Tail. Oh, because so first we send the head to the tail. That's upon initialization of the chat. And the head is a channel. It's an empty channel. It's a process. Sorry, it's not a channel. It's a process.
Well, it's a name, but we make it, we have to send it as a process.
Yeah. And so the tail comes into here. So we receive the end, the new end, and then we send the value onto the channel and which consists out of
The message.
the message, new tail, and the new tail.
Maybe you should change value to message to make it less confusing.
Like that.
Yeah. Then you have star value in the log down there on line 29. Have to change it.
Okay. Oh, when I saved it, our node is starting. Please wait.
Oh, ignore that. It's broken. I mean, if you can make it work, that's fine. It's supposed to run an R node to check for errors. And when it worked, it was great. But I haven't been able to get it to work since R node was updated a while ago.
I think it's because I'm running this.
No, it's the rholang plugin. The rholang plugin for code tries to run it.
Okay, yeah.
And it fails. Okay, so and then the is end is simple enough, right? Just checks to see if it peaks, does a peak operation. It doesn't take the tail, the is end on 36, right? It does a peak of the tail. And so, you know, if the next is equal to the tail, then you're at the end of the list. There's no more. It's like every time you get an item, you get the next with it. Right. Okay. In the
Yeah, but tail can have multiple items.
no, it can't. It only has one item at a time. Anytime we read it, we write
Ah, okay. Okay, I get it. New tail. So new tail has a single.
it. Just a name.
Yeah.
And then in the subscribe, we read next. But it'll sit there and wait for the next in the subscribe loop until somebody writes a next. But we don't want to have to always wait forever. We want to be able to see if we're at the end and not bother to read the next unless there is one. So here, this will always wait for the another one to come. The next chat, you know, it'll anytime somebody publishes a next, it will the 4 on line 11 will fire, and we'll get a next.
Okay, so
So if we don't want to wait until somebody makes a next, we have to see if they're at the end before we try to get the next. Otherwise, it just sits there forever until it gets it.
right.
I think I confused you. You're rubbing your head.
It's just it doesn't.
You
The
following any of
syntax
this, Gary?
coming from small talk type of languages, it's a bit.
Yeah, I'm following a little bit of it, more than I expected to. I'm like Carol. I want to see you. Can you actually run this somewhere so we can look at it?
Yeah, I want to run it.
Just copy it and paste it into your interface.
Okay. Oops.
What are you doing?
Right. Okay.
And explore.
So,
Did you hit the explore?
I did.
What's happening?
I'm not sure. Let me. I'll hit it again.
Yeah, we're getting nothing. So take out the take the standard IO out from result. The at the top. Oh,
Like,
that's not
take
going
it
to
out?
help. You're gonna supposedly you're supposed to get log list out. No. Just take off the parentheses part.
That's weird. Why is this MQ? I thought we changed it to chat. Yeah, we did.
I guess you didn't copy it. What are you doing?
I'm copying it. Or trying to.
Control A, Control C.
Let's see if that works. Okay, better. Well, I'm getting it to I'm getting a 200.
You could look at the log. Our node log.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Ah.
Okay, that's what I was
That's better.
saying. If we take off the standard out, it'll come out on the interface.
Right.
So
Okay.
if we take out the standard out on line 1.
I'm going to close this on line 1.
Yeah, if we in other words, that's fine on the log. There's no reason we can't use the log. But the reason that it comes out on the log is because we have those parentheses with standard out there. Okay.
So we can simply take them out.
Well, unfortunately, if we take those out, we have to put the result variable first. But I don't know why the log list didn't come out when we did the Explorer, which the log list should have printed out when it was finished, because that's the first name.
Log list.
But yeah, you normally you just put your result first, and you'll get the result on in the interface.
So if we go to the interface, where's the log list? This
Okay,
one.
just take out the result and put just plain result first, and you'll see some result.
Okay, like that.
Take that out, but you have to put result first or log list afterwards.
Ah, so this goes in first.
Yeah, without the parentheses stuff.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah, now if you explore, you should get the result output. Whatever output is sent to the result, you'll get. Okay,
432 log 1 done 2. Ooh, okay, shouldn't it be 1 2 3 here?
Right.
Listener called for 4. Listener called for 1.
So we have the issue here of everything happening at once. Now, I did serialize it. I have a version of it that does serialize it, but you didn't get that version. Apparently, I didn't store it in the gist. I guess I should store it in the gist. So the thing is it did receive all of the messages, but it's just that because all the messages were sent at the same time, didn't get them in any particular order. Well,
So
almost.
this is the testing. Okay, so I need to read this to understand where this goes wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it went wrong.
Can you see all right?
Yeah. A little small.
Now? Now it's all right.
Yeah, better.
Okay. Right, result. So chat. This is to initiate the chat, I'm guessing.
That basically creates a chat channel.
And then
We get back a publish, subscribe, and is then capability.
pub, sub, and I send. So pub. You publish, you subscribe to the listener.
We just subscribe, giving a listener to receive the messages. We tell it what name it should send the messages to. It's like, please send messages in this chat to this channel. Listener is the channel you want the messages sent to.
Yeah. But this should output value. Oh, but we only get results, basically. We only get results, so we don't get this.
Right. We get it in the log.
Yeah. We get value acknowledgement.
So the value is just the message, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, so we send log, value, and acknowledgement. And upon acknowledgement, we return nil. So it's basically an acknowledgement. It's a nil process to
Right.
acknowledge that we've listened to an event.
We probably should have called it act. Instead of ret, we could have called it act.
Yeah, but ack is here.
That's true. We don't, right, we can't call it act. We could call it act 2.
But return, it's a return. It's what it's supposed to be.
Right, it's just an acknowledgement. We're just returning an acknowledgement. We could write anything to the channel, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And this is in the context of the chat contract.
No, that's in the context of the test, really. The test has to give the listener a contract. When you subscribe, you have to give it to the listener.
No, this is in the scope of the contract. This is in the scope of the chat contract.
What? Listen?
No, ret for return.
Oh. Well, that's not the same ret. That's a dummy argument. Ret.
Okay. Where does it return to?
It returns to who called the listener, which is the subscribe loop. The subscribe loop calls the listener.
Ah, okay.
So every time we publish something, the subscriber is going to be called. Or the listener's going to be called.
Okay. So every time.
For the chat, maybe we should call listener reader.
No, listener is listener is a good name because it's a listener.
Yeah, listens
It
for
listens for message.
right.
It listens for messages. So we subscribe the listener. We subscribe the listener.
We subscribe, giving a listener. We're saying this listener, send all the messages to this name.
Yeah. And publish one. Publish one means send the message one. So this is.
I tried to send them in order, but it didn't work out too well. There's too much parallelism.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I
can't. So we can see 3 being sent. Sent 4. But we can't see it in the log. Where's done? and we can't see done. I think we missed done
Done's on 63. What do you mean in the output?
in the output. Yeah.
63.
Logged done. I think it's best if we debug it here. Should we try and
Yeah.
fix
can-
the?
I think,
Should we?
yeah, you could, the output comes out better in the log. Which
Yeah.
is why
Should we
that's
try and fix? Should we try and fix Studio Code so it can compile? It can explore each time we save a file.
I mean, that's a good thing to do. I mean, I think it would be better to do that with Bill, who's more familiar with the plugin.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you can set up a work study with him or meet him at a work study to
That's okay. Let's
work
work
on
with
the plugin.
let's work with what we've got at the moment. So we got one, and this isn't sequential, so we don't know. One is the result,
I don't
and
understand.
the other is std out. Is that correct?
This is standard out, right? The log is standard out. Is that what you're asking?
Let me move this here.
I mean,
Let me read this.
If you go down to 75, you can see the log. And the log tries to serialize things, but it fails somehow.
Why wouldn't you serialize up in the chat? Get rid of all those pars and sequentialize all those.
Well, I'm trying to do that. If you look at the publish, it has a return channel, which I wait for.
Yeah, but they're all of them are sitting there and waiting, and any of them can get the return first.
That's not true.
Huh?
That's not true. Okay, we don't execute this. We don't execute the 2 until we get the 1. And we don't execute the 3 until we get the 2.
I disagree.
You can see it right there on the screen. All right, we're waiting. Okay, now somehow in the pub, we return an acknowledgement when it's not really finished logging.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how that could be, because if you look at the pub, I wait for the log to be finished.
Let me think about this.
Go up to the pub, grill.
Wait a minute, Jim, because those are all pars. Wait a minute.
Oh, look at that log message there with 1 argument. Log has to have 2 arguments.
You mean this one? Is it this one?
Well, that's where that's the definition of log. It has 2 arguments. But up on 29, we're not calling it with two arguments, so that never gets called. Okay, we have to have a comma, some acknowledgement channel.
Like here.
Where, what?
On line 29.
I don't know where you are. Yeah, we need a second argument to log.
Is that all right?
Right, and then the new, we have to make a new act. So we have new tail, comma, act. What?
No, up.
Put it on line 25. Comma, act.
Should we test it?
I would change also on line 30, change tail to act. And make it a regular read instead of a peak.
Regular read. Because you need to.
We're waiting for the log to be done. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay, now actually, we could wait for tail also. Now, Thomas Love seems to think I shouldn't have to do that. But what we had before here was a peak of tail. We could add that too. We could say, read the act, semicolon, peak at tail, make sure it has a value. So we do underscore peak. What's the underscore? I don't see the underscore.
There's the underscore here.
No, after you have to need a semicolon, then an underscore. We're doing a join condition of two read
After the act.
after the act. From tail. Okay, so what we're doing here is we logged it and we wrote it to tail. Because on line 26, tail is empty. There's nothing in tail. So line 39 is going to wait until we actually write the value back. Until the value is written back in line 28. Line 28 writes the value back to tail. So line 30 will wait for that, right? To wait until it's written and logged it. So everything should be come out in order now.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Okay, new tail.
Okay. Just hit Control A, Control C.
I have the Vim bindings. If so, yeah, not going to work like that. So how do I Control A? Control A. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, and And I can probably copy.
Okay, run it.
Explore. Up, error. At line 30. There should be 2 semicolons, no?
No, a colon, not a semicolon. Semicolon. Just one semicolon.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. Not deploy.
That doesn't look like a semicolon.
That's a colon.
It's a semicolon.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the error we got?
Syntax error.
It doesn't like the peak. It doesn't want us to use a peak in a join.
Why?
I don't know, it's illegal. Sometimes it has worked for me. I don't understand why it doesn't work. So we can't add the peak. We could do a peak inside. We could do another 4 inside and do the peak, but we can't do a join of a peak with a read.
Let's do another 4. Oh, I would rather do that in the editor, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mm. Like that.
That looks good. Peggy, let me show you. I've copied this and I'll show you another way to run it.
Okay, it was online. On which line was this? I lost it. Okay, there it is.
Okay.
It looks all right.
Look at the log.
Starting testing, listener called for 1. There's only 1.
It didn't get too far, did it?
No. Why?
Because
So on each acknowledgement, it reads the tail again. Is that
so it
It
didn't
reads.
log anything in the log? Is there anything that says log? So nothing, we got logged one. It did log one.
Yeah, it just logged one and not the next ones. Message acknowledgement.
How could we have broke that? I don't get it. It's like the peak of tail. I mean, the peak of tail was working before.
Yeah, but here, so ACK is only called once. And tail, what happens in tail?
Tail, we're writing to tail in 28,
Yeah,
the new tail.
yeah, but we read, okay, if there's a tail, you just return.
Yeah, just comment out 30, 31, and 33 temporarily, see if it runs.
It runs.
Same bit deal, huh?
Comment out 30.
Okay.
Comment out 30 instead.
30, 31. All you want is the return.
Well, this is what we had before, so we should.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ah, okay.
Hit a couple of return keys and hit explore again. I just want to see where it's.
3, 4. Now it's sequential.
Hit a couple of return keys in the log.
Return keys,
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
Now
Explore. 1, 2,
oh, it didn't. Should keep the return keys. Huh?
3. Yeah, because here we just have a single instance, but if we remove the acknowledgement, it does it, but it reads the entire queue.
What about the log messages? We don't get any log messages, or do we? Logged one.
I don't see it.
We got it. Log 3. Okay, we got them all. Log 4. So it succeeded in writing the log to them. It's very interesting how we didn't get an error before, but we didn't get them in error order either. Maybe that's
Oh, where
why
do you see the
Thomas-
where do you see the log? Where do you see the log?
on the left. I mean, on the right, you have the window. You have the log opened. Oh, I see. The word logged is prepended to everything logged. Things that cause the log. If we go down and look at the log contract, we can see it puts logged on the beginning of everything it logs.
Yeah, logged.
Right.
Logged 4. Okay, so it's adding to that output, right? Log list. Acknowledgement.
Right. And log list is supposed to come out in the result. And I don't understand why that's not happening. It was working fine before. If you scroll down on the result in the interface, I guess there's no result. Yeah.
No.
And at the top of the file, the first introduced name is log list. So that should print. No, in the new, at the top.
Yeah.
That name is what it should output that in the result. And it's worked for me. It was working for me. I didn't try it right now, but it did. I was getting the log list in the interface here. But I was going to show you another way to test with this, which is a little different. In Visual Studio Code, you go into Actions, and the action Do It.
Oh, you mean here? Or
No, Actions, not in the core. Source Actions.
okay, so
Go ahead and Do It.
do it.
They should be alphabetical.
Ah, there you go.
Okay, and replace the whole thing with what you want to run. Then you save it, and then you go back to the interface, and the last action choice is Do It.
Let me delete this first. I should paste into that file, right?
Yeah, and save it.
Okay.
Then you go back to the interface. And choose the last action. Okay, so now you can edit it in Visual Studio Code.
Ah. Locker type.
You don't need to put any of those in. You don't need to use any of those inputs,
These ones.
right? You don't need to use those. Just explore. Just explore. Hit explore.
Yeah, there's an error. 32.
Uh-oh. Go back up to the top. I see the error. Okay, org. Register. Set.
Doesn't like a peak, I think, on line 32.
Org is org. That should work. What was the error you got?
Here. Do you see it? Ah, okay, it didn't paste the correct one from the file.
That looked like a colon.
Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't it save the changes? That's what I'm...
Well, We know this didn't work, right?
No. What did we comment? Did we comment this one? And
No.
that one?
30.
And that one. Okay.
Okay, see,
Let's
the idea of this method is that you do it. Okay, and then when you're all done editing, you copy it back to what you want, but I guess it's good.
Okay. Maybe another option is to just symlink the file. Would that work?
Yeah, you could do that too.
Okay, let me try that. Where's the terminal? All right, so I need to go into actions. Rholang actions. S source. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, it's better. I don't need this, I guess. Explore. '89. Maybe I missed a curly brace somewhere here. Yeah, there's one missing.
It's hard to select the last one. Huh?
Explore. It doesn't. I think I missed a curly brace. So where's this? Should be the contract one. Yeah. At 90. I don't get it.
It needs another brace. It hit the end of file. It needs another brace at the end.
Oh, here.
I mean, I don't
Do you
know.
think?
It could be missing elsewhere. But I should guess so.
Oh, not deploy. Explore. Okay, I think it worked. Yeah, it worked. Propose failed. What does it say? Propose failed. Explore.
As you hit deploy.
Okay. So this is what it outputs. Testing starting 1. So this works.
Okay, so when do you want to? Well, we have to schedule a time to work on the actions. Right? We got the chat working. The base class. And then you go to the Bootstrap directory. In your terminal.
Okay. My terminal. Which terminal? Yeah, that one. Here.
Okay, go to Bootstrap directory.
Yeah.
And then
And?
you type /redeploy -class.
Yeah.
And now you have to address your rholang program. So I guess .. Not do it. You want to do chat. Okay, but you have to address, it's not in the Bootstrap directory. You gotta address it with .. rholang for chat.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
All right. And so
Okay,
this
so
is
what this does is it puts chat into the master directory so that you can look up the chat contract in your master directory. And most of the actions, they look up the class in the master directory first.
where's the master directory?
Okay, well, look at an action like new issue. It's all going to be very similar. You can look at it in the interface.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, it was there. You passed it. There it is.
New issue. It's a group with 6 in it. All the issue functions. Yeah. Hit it. Okay. You see, the first thing it does is it gets a read permission for the dictionary. Okay, and then it looks up the issue class.
What does that have to do with chat?
Well, you want to look up the chat class. So instead of issue, you say chat. Okay, so the new chat is just like a new issue, except that you're calling the chat class instead of the issue class.
So you mean that's how we basically call create actions for chat.
Right.
For the chat. Okay, yeah, I get you now.
We can just follow these. Okay, things. If you look at new issue, that creates a new issue. Okay, we're just called, we get it gets back an admin and tally capability. Well, we get back pub, sub, and is in. Go down. Well, what? Where are you going? Look at line. Stop. Look at line 16. Oh, where is it? No, where's the issue? Line 18. Creates a new issue. Okay, that's 3 arguments. We only have 1 argument to new chat. It gets back an admin and tally capability,
Mhm.
like on line 19. Okay. It reads the return channel, gets back an admin and tally capability. Okay. We're going from chat, what capabilities do we get back?
Sub and sub.
Pub, sub, and is end.
Okay.
Okay, so just like the test program where we create it, okay, and this returns. I'm not sure why it returns this just to show it, I guess. And then oops, then what it does is it adds it gets the capability, an inbox capability from the locker. And it sends to the inbox a type issue within a name, whatever the name of the issue is. Well, I guess we could give a name of the chat, right? The chat could have a name. Chat
What do you
channel
mean
name.
here?
Yeah, but only it'll be a chat channel name instead of an issue name.
Okay, so here would be, where does it get these boxes? Locker tag name and proposals.
In actions.js, it has those defined as the template, as the types. Actions.js and source.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So these are the fields.
If we look at new issue, we go down to new issue, we'll see it defines the fields. And those are the fields and those fields are made into boxes.
Yeah, and this is for that particular file. So I'll just create another one called,
New chat.
I'm going to create a separator. First.
Well, separators are a little bit of a problem. They're not done right. There's nobody knows JavaScript. But if you create a separator that is not a different length than the other separators, it'll get an error. They have to.
It would be the same length.
The separators have to be unique. They can't be the same length.
Ah, okay. I'll just create one for chat, and I'll just call it chat.
You know, and then it can call right, and then it can call, and you make a new chat.row, right? And copy.
Can I put it on the top? Can I put the separator on the top?
Well, you know,
like that.
I would put it below. I would put it below the first group. First group is basic utilities.
Okay, below the first group. Right, this is check balance transfer, new inbox, peak inbox. So should I put it below the first group?
Maybe you should put it below the inbox group too. Because they
Okay,
have to have an inbox to use these things.
okay, yeah. Uh, Okay. What is a given error here? I'm going to name this chat. Chat actions. Chat actions. Is that all right?
I guess so, but people will tend to click on it. Why don't you just make it a different number of dashes? The light bulb goes out. You just backspace until the light goes out. Take it.
Okay.
But take out chat.
Yeah. That's what I was going to.
Okay, that's unique. No error, right?
Yeah. And just start adding the actions. What actions should there be?
Well, you have to give it a name, right? What else?
Chat name.
You know. Yeah. I don't think you need anything else.
Wait, no, those are actions. So it would be send message, publish.
Wait, you have new, right? We have new chat, right? It's an action.
Okay, and the fields would be
Name. That would be a string.
it should be.
I think it's capital S, isn't it? Is it? Oh, no, it isn't. Never mind.
I have something wrong. Okay, yeah. I'm missing a column. Yeah, that's better. And I'm missing a column here. Colon. What else?
Okay, so then you have a chat name. That's all that. You have a channel name. That's all you. That's the only thing we need is to give it a name. We're making a brand new chat. And then we
Okay.
have send chat and receive chat, right? Oh, well, there's also share, but we don't need a separate share because we have a share in the dropdown.
Share on the dropdown?
Yeah. So we do a share. Maybe we should move the share up somewhere. Share. Yeah. So the type would be chat, and the subtype would be the name of the chat channel.
Okay. So this would be like a common
Way to share capability, right?
cast ballot, right? So we need to. I'll just copy share from here.
You don't need to copy share
Why not?
because they can just use share.
Well, yeah, but we have different values.
What you need is a new chat, a send chat, and receive chat. Okay, the share is You could have a share chat also, but you don't need it. Doesn't give you any extra functionality. You definitely need a send chat and receive chat.
What am I missing here? Oh, I'm missing this.
What do you? Send chat is at the wrong level there, obviously.
Oh yeah, it is.
You need a head and a comma there.
I think I need to close this. Oh, I'm not used to this.
File name has to go. And you close that. Close it.
Okay. That's on the wrong level.
So we need the name of the channel and we need a we need name of the channel and we need a message. Right?
And new chat. Right, this needs a column or a comma. Right, fields.
Name of the channel or a channel and message.
And a
I
message.
would call it the channel. I think that's clear. I would call the name the channel. Or maybe the channel name. I mean, okay, I mean, it's fine. Not that you're talking about on 63.
63?
On line 63, I'm suggesting change the name to channel because people will put their own name in. Or they'll put something too. Oh,
What else do we need? Send. So new chat, send chat,
receive chat.
receive. Okay.
And that only needs a channel, so you can copy new for that. Whatever.
So this should be a channel.
And maybe it should, I guess that's clear. You could say channel name, but that's clear.
It's clear enough, yeah. Okay, so I should copy this thing. Oh. Okay, which one am I using? All right.
So I'm not sure when I'm going to be available next. But I'm sure you're going to need some help.
Because of the operation?
No. I've got to drive across the state at some point.
I have plenty to play with until you're gone.
Hmm?
I have plenty to play with until you're gone. I think I need to go through the tutorial and execute everything so that I can start thinking like you do, because I'm still struggling with the flow of things. I don't know where to look and where to look for things,
Yeah.
and I get confused still.
So in order for this to compile and work or whatever, you have to create those files. Just make them the same as new issue and display issue or whatever. Obviously, we're going to,
Is
We-
that
we-
abbreviation all right?
we did share, but we didn't do subscribe. So,
So we need a subscribe.
well, not really. If somebody says read chat, we can test to see if they have a subscription. And if they don't have a subscription, if they haven't subscribed, we can have them subscribe.
Okay, so basically we need not receive but read chat.
Right, read chat. Send chat. So when they read, we have to test to see if they've subscribed, right?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's a little bit, an extra step, but it simplifies the interface.
This is interesting. I have plenty to look at. I'm going
I don't
to.
know. Let me see. How much time do you have?
What do you mean?
I can talk to the boss. Maybe it's better if I drive tomorrow instead of today. If you want to work on it now, or when do you want to work on it?
Somewhat on my own time, if that's okay with you. I just want to go through the tutorial. I just want to start thinking like you do, like I said earlier.
All right. So
Um,
just put copies of the issues in there for now, so it'll compile without an error. You have to create those files.
okay.
Or
Yeah.
just create the files.
Okay.
And then you can, then you'll be able to play. And what I was doing, I mean, you have do it linked right now, but you don't need that link anymore. I was just putting in do it anything I wanted to do, edit, so I could edit in Visual Code. I would just put whatever I was working on and do it until I had a place to put it. But of course, you have a place to put it already here, so never mind.
Okay, these actions should be created. Yeah, they're empty. Okay, I have a toy to play with.
Okay, so should we do the new chat now, or wait until the next time?
Do you have time?
Yeah, I have a couple. I have a few minutes. I guess I should talk to my wife, but I can certainly take 10 minutes to fill new chat.
Okay.
So copy new issue into new chat.
New issue into new chat. Okay.
I gotta run. This was fun. Thanks for letting me join you.
All right, good to see you, Gary.
Thanks, Gary.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I know.
All right. It doesn't pull unless. Okay. Let's open this. Right.
Okay. Now, maybe you should copy it back from the interface. Notice in the interface, in the interface, they changed the match statement. They copy the match statement from here, from the top, from the interface.
Yeah, but why do I need to copy it? Can I just okay.
You don't have to copy the whole thing, just the match.
Okay. Why doesn't it? All right. Okay. That's empty.
Okay, well, the second line should have just channel in it.
Right.
Okay. So, I don't know, trace is where it's going to send the output if you explore. Are we?
Trace.
We're in new chat. Okay, but
So it sends.
we can't actually create a chat unless we deploy. So just leave all that for now. Okay, and then we go back and we read from the dictionary. Okay, the issue class. So we changed that to the chat class. Where are we now?
It's the chat.
Awfully long. Okay, so down on line 17, change issue to chat. What? No, change issue to chat. Put that back.
Oh. 60.
Are you? I don't know. We have to look up. Can you go? Can you undo everything you did down here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, so on line 18, okay, we have just one argument. We have to change issue to chat here and on line 17. Probably everywhere. Line 17, change the issue to chat, not the return. We want to find the class chat. Line 17. We don't want to find the class issue.
Why doesn't it? Okay, those are changed.
Okay. we look up the chat, we get to the chat channel. Okay, I'm not sure why we print that out, but proposals we don't have. Okay, to create a new chat, we just send it to the return channel. No proposals, no. Okay, so oh well, I don't know. Maybe we should have used the other channel. I think return is global here. So leave it as B channel and take out the return.
Okay.
Interesting. What is it? Trying to figure out what they're using here. It looks like they're using return for their output. And the B chat.
Yes. Deploy ID. They're doing multiple deploys.
No, they're not doing multiple deploys. Deployer ID is where it sends where the results go to when you deploy. So it's for printing the output of a deploy. So every time they send to return, it's going to come out the result of the deploy. Part of the result of the deploy. So the capabilities returned on line 19 should be pub sub and isend. And isend. Okay, so basically what we want to do is we want to send, okay, everywhere it says issue, we want to change it to chat.
We did. Oh, okay.
Lowercase.
Lowercase chat or uppercase chat?
Do lowercase and just for consistency.
Okay. Done.
Okay, and you can see on line 23, it sends admin and tally capability. Well, we want to send pub sub, and we want to change that on line 20 and 23 to 20. 22 and 23 to be the pub sub and isend. And line 24, give right to vote, we don't have to do that. So we can probably take out those 4 lines. Oh, wait. We can take out, lines 24 to 27 we can remove. We could give somebody, we could join somebody. Oh, we want to join ourselves. Well, I guess we're going to do that. Chat name. Okay. And then okay, so you're going to change the admin and tally to pub sub and isend, right? You have to put the pub in quotes. First one. That's the label.
Label, yeah. So this should be pub. Oh. And this should be sub.
And then the third one is end, right? We have three capabilities. Pub sub and is end. Okay, line 22 is not important. It's not going to be readable anyway. It's just for debugging. When you print out an unforgeable name, it isn't meaningful, right?
Mm-hmm. But it's still, even if it's for debugging, wouldn't we want to?
Yeah, we can put it. Okay. Now, the only thing we didn't do is subscribe to it.
What about these? Shouldn't we rename these into something different? Or return, no, but inbox.
Yeah, we have to get our inbox and we're going to send our capability. We have to save the capability somewhere, or they'll go out of scope and we lose them. So we store them in our inbox with a type chat and the subtype the name of the channel. Oh, so the name
Capability.
should be channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that way we can use the capabilities in the future, or we can share them with other people.
Oh, wait, but we stored the same map, like inbox and URI.
Yeah, we get the inbox capability,
Ah, okay.
so we can write to the inbox. We can send mail to the inbox, basically.
But we don't have an inbox. We have a chat in that
You read
case.
the inbox. You just read the inbox from the deployer ID locker tag. You got the value of your inbox in line 21.
Yeah, here. From okay. So this
From
is
the locker.
so the chat is associated with the person using it, obviously.
Locker tag. No, locker tag we don't have in here. So change locker tag to quote inbox. Quote.
So why inbox?
Because that's like the default name of your locker tag. If you look at anything like go back to the interface, look at new issue.
Did I miss it? New issue. Yeah.
Okay. See where it says locker tag inbox?
Yeah, that's
That's
the default.
that's the default, and some actions let you select a different inbox, some don't. It's like, it's not clear anybody really needs to have more than one inbox.
But the inbox is inbuilt into RChain's system
No.
contracts.
No, it's just an rgov, rgov, um, uh, uh, it's just an rgov, an rgov thing. I mean, the whole inbox mechanism is just part of rgov. Okay, and when somebody comes in, they claim a new inbox, then they can do other stuff, and that's where their capabilities are stored, which is usually a type, a subtype, and then a map of capabilities. It's it actually has lists in parallel. You can look at inbox.row to see how it works, which is one of our rgov scripts. But they also use it in the SDK. The SDK uses
So these are the
same-
core ones. Deploy ID, lookup. So this is the registry. Read, write, peek, box.
So you have three capabilities: read, write, and peek. And box is where it puts the stuff. So if you read the mailbox, it reads everything out, and the mail out of the box and returns it. But of course, that destroys everything in your box. I don't suggest you do that. We use peek mostly. It's non-destructive.
Yeah.
So it's going to put your capabilities in there. And then the next thing you want to do is subscribe. Okay. And the subscription you probably want to add to your capabilities, although everybody has different capabilities. So we have to figure out what we're going to call the subscription. Okay, what do we call the subscription to a chat?
What do we call the subscription to a chat?
Right.
Association.
I don't know. Maybe we should call what we just need a type name. Right now we call a chat the permission. Why don't we change that on line 22 and 23 to chat admin? And then we'll just call a subscription chat. Chat admin.
Like that.
Right. And now we need to do a subscription. So we're going to do a stub. We're going to sub to a return channel. We need to do another new return channel somewhere. Scroll up to your new statement. To scroll up to the top, the new statement. We have channels there we can use. We're already using VChat. We didn't use channel 1. So we can now we have another one, right? So we have to use one of them. We have to do a sub. We want to write to the sub channel, a return channel, to subscribe to the chat.
So there should be a
Well,
sub channel.
No. After we create the chat, we get back the sub capability. Don't put the sub here. We have the sub down below.
Okay.
Okay, so we want to send to the sub channel a channel, RET or CH1 or whatever channel we have available that isn't used for something else. So we want to add a line at line 25 or 26. Oh, 25. I guess it can be at 26. Wait, we need the inbox. So we're going to do a sub. We're send a sub. Bang. The RET at RET. And we have to do star RET because it's a name. Okay, and then for a result on we can say for and we can call it my sub in from RET. Oh wait, is that right? Wait, what is subscribe return?
Let me see.
We have to pass it a listener.
Yeah. How do we pass it a listener? Pub sub I send.
So well, we can copy the listener contract from here and use that for now.
Well, use the contract. Just copy.
Just copy
it. Okay.
You're going to need.
I trust you. I'm still very new to this.
Yeah, I guess we're not going to get too much further, but you can put that in par with this whole thing, right? And then, well, then you have to, then on line 29, change RET to listener. 25, sorry. 25, wrong one.
So where does it get the listener for this sub?
It's defined right below.
Okay,
Okay, it's defined in parallel.
okay.
Oh, but you have to add that to your new listener.
Is that right?
Yep. Okay, so now,
I'm still very confused.
now that you've done this subscription, now you want to send to the inbox the subscription. Otherwise, you'll lose it. So you're going to do an inbox bang bracket type chat, comma channel, comma. Now you have a choice here. I mean, you can take a shortcut. Since you only have one thing, you don't need to make a map. But in the future, we might have more than one things associated with the channel, a subscription. So we should make a map. And what we're doing, not there, no. Comma, channel, comma, map. And you probably do need a star on that thing, but no, curly brace. Curly
Ah.
brace. And then quote, sub, quote, where's the sub? Wait a second. Sub,
There it
listen,
is.
oh, listener. Why don't you call it, you can call it listener.
So basically, this is a listener.
Right,
Like-
we need to know, we need to know what to listen to read the chat. Okay, and other people may have a list, well, I guess at this point, we're gonna give everybody all the capabilities, right? So when you share the capabilities, how will they sub? Oh, that's right. On a read, we're gonna check to see if they subbed. But what we're doing here is we're subscribing ourselves to the channel, which we may or may not want. But that's okay. In other words, we created the chat and we subscribed to it.
So
However, we don't have a way of listening. Well, we'll have to see if this works. But look at
do you want me to
return.
test it?
Look at the return here. Listener takes a value and gives a return. Returns nil. But okay, this listener isn't doing anything with it.
Maybe maybe it would be better if I do this instead.
Do what? This is almost, we just need to beef up the listener so that it does something more useful. This listener doesn't do anything. In other words, you know, if we're gonna listen, we're gonna have to get a result from the listener. And in order to get a result from the listener, okay, we don't need we don't need to make it a contract at all here. Now, how do we test the end?
How do we test what?
I'm just looking, you know, how do we test if we're at the end here? I have some sample code that I think does this, but here's the thing, where we have contract listener.
At the tail, you mean?
At line 27, where we have contract listener.
Contract listener.
We really don't want to make a contract here. A contract is a persistent read. We just want to read it once. Maybe we don't want to read it at all.
Peak? No, we can we use, no, we can use.
Yeah, take the listener contract out of here.
Okay.
We don't need it. Okay, when we actually are going to listen, when we're going to receive items, that's when we need to listen. But we need to see if it's the end first. So when we write to the inbox, send the is end also. So we don't have to. So you're sending the listener, also send the is end. How do we do it? How do we call is end? Wait a second.
Why not just
Yeah, we'll leave it.
include it?
Yeah, we could do that. But is end takes an argument next, and we don't have next. I have to look at some other code and see how we did that. But in any case, okay, the listener contract goes in the read chat.
The listener contract goes into the read chat.
It's not a contract. It needs to listen to one thing. So when we right now, okay, we're doing the new chat now, which creates a channel. We're doing another action, which is the read chat. That's where we call the listener. That's where we read from the listener channel to get the items from the channel. Every time we read from the listener, we're going to get one item from the channel.
Okay.
Okay, because when we subscribe, it's going to cause it to write everything to the listener. Now, the issue may be,
So the value here is basically,
so
this value is basically a channel, correct?
What's the channel?
This on line 40 here. So value here is the actual channel.
The value there is the message.
The message.
The message that's being sent. Okay, the subscription is going to write the value and the next to the listener. Okay, that's where it gets. Wait. The listener is going to write the value. The listener doesn't write doesn't get the next.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, and there's a reason for that, security reason. So we're gonna have to figure out the is-end, but we're not gonna do that today. Okay, each time you call the read chat, it's gonna read the listen, read from the listener. What's it gonna read? Okay, it's gonna read. It's gonna read value and ret. From, well, we can, we can't type it now. It's going to do a for value in ret in from listener.
So this should be from listener instead of ACK.
No, a contract is equal to a for. A
Okay,
persistent
yeah.
for.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want to do a persistent for. We want to do a regular for instead of a contract.
So this should be a 4. And
That'll be a
basically.
for. Okay, for value, comma, ret in from listener. So when you send to, when the sub sends to listener, value, comma, ret in from listener. Okay, so that should be a persistent read for to be the same as a contract. So it's bang.
So it should be a peak.
No, not a peak. It, I think it's in from bang, isn't it? Less
Say
than
again?
bang. What's a persistent read? Nobody ever writes one because they always write it as a contract. But this is what we want to do in the read. We don't want to do a persistent read. Okay, we want to do it. We want to read it just once.
Once, yeah. So that's the one. That's the one we want.
Right, but what file are you editing? You're editing chat. You need a persistent read there. In the read chat is where you don't need to, where you don't want the persistent read.
Oh, so you want me to write this here in
No,
the new
this
chat?
This is the new chat. We want to do that in the read chat action.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'm returning this to.
Okay, I'm just telling you that you know that's what we are going to need to do. We're not going to do it right now.
Okay.
Okay, I think we finished. Did we finish the new chat? I think it's finished.
I'm going to do.
Okay. Now we pass. I think the sub takes 2 arguments, doesn't it?
The sub.
The subscription, doesn't it take 2 arguments? A return
Let me
channel?
check. Let me check. It just takes a listener, but a listener takes.
Okay, so
Listener.
okay, so
It just takes
I
listener.
guess we don't need anything now.
Value and acknowledgement. It takes 2 arguments. Yeah, takes 2 arguments.
Okay, when we send to the listener, but the sub only takes 1 argument. Right,
Right.
the sub, if we look down, if we scroll down, we'll see where we subscribe, no, over on in the new chat. We're looking at the new chat. Okay, so we do a sub of the listener, and we give the guy, and we return, we put the listener in the inbox. And it should be quote, chat, quote, in the,
Quote? Oh, sorry, I'm not hearing you very well.
now in the type, on line 27, you need quotes around chat. So type is chat, string. Okay, the channel name is a string. There's no colon there.
It's not. Is this another string?
No, that's channel. Channel is a string. You pass channel to it as a string. Channel name. And so
Oh,
it's
channel.
already a string. Just put channel back. Channel is a string, period. So the type is a string, the subtype is a string, followed by a map
Okay.
with the listener in it, and that's all for now. We may be adding something because the list, they need to be able to do an is-end operation. And we'll look back at my other example sometime to see how I did that. But you can implement this and it can work if you just have reach out, call the listener with 2 arguments. So
I have a lot.
so
I have a lot to.
you're going to get chat and the channel name. You're going to peek at that in the inbox. And from that, you're going to get a listener. And then when you call the listener with 2 arguments, no. You read from the listener 2 arguments. Okay, and you're going to get a message. And then you send an acknowledgement back to the return channel that you receive. You're going to do a for message, comma, read in from listener. Okay, then you're going to print out the message. Then you're going to send a nil to the return channel to acknowledge that you received it. Okay, and when we figure out how to test for the end condition, you can do that in a loop. You can get all the chat messages waiting on the channel.
I'm just not used to the syntax. I'm completely confused.
You just have to start over from scratch. The only thing you can do is write channels and read channels, period.
Yeah, I know. And the data types need to match on both sides sometimes. And sometimes you just take some data types and leave the rest.
Yeah, untyped, we haven't even covered how to type things. If you do channel and string, that would force it. That would only match a string. It wouldn't match anything else. But that's another story for another time.
I'm going to experiment with it. I mean, it really got me interested today. But I'm really confused.
Yeah. Well, you should be able to create a channel here. And then if you peek in your inbox, you'll see all this stuff. Okay. And then you can pull it out. You can pull out the listener from your inbox.
So if I go, how can I read my inbox?
Well, we have to add the action. Oh, the inbox peek. Just peek inbox. Okay,
Okay,
if you don't give it a type and subtype, it does the whole thing.
it's empty.
Deploy,
Oh, I need,
private information, you can't get it on Explorer. You have to sign the request. But we didn't create it.
no data deploy ID. Why?
Because you don't have an inbox. You must
Oh,
not,
I need to,
you must not have an inbox in this account.
so I need to create it.
Yeah, and then it's gonna be pretty empty initially. I think you created an inbox with one account, didn't you?
No. It's the first time I'm using this.
I mean, after you send rev to multiple accounts and create inboxes and stuff, you probably want to save a snapshot of the database. What are we doing now? We're doing the peak.
I'm peeking in my inbox.
Yeah, well, we didn't put anything in there yet. If we created an issue or anything, it would be there. We can try creating a chat.
Okay, so new inbox should be chat.
What?
If I create, oh no, peek inbox, type chat.
Well,
Is that-
you have nothing in chat. You have to do a new chat first.
How? Oh, new chat, okay.
And you have to give it a name.
Test chat. Do you think it would run?
First time, probably not. You try, you'll see what we get. Probably get an error.
Syntax error. 13. This must be fun. Network.
What? Yeah, you got to take the comma off the last line, 13. Well, there you go.
Still doesn't like it.
Oh yeah, you probably you'd probably be going through these the next 20 minutes.
Free variable ACK is used twice as a binder.
It's like you never declared act.
No, we didn't.
Why do we have logs there? Didn't we take this listener contract out? Why is it still there?
Oh, because I didn't save it here. That's why. New chat. Sorry about that.
Probably is
Yeah.
have that comma.
That comma should be gone. Let me remove it from here first. Right. Deploy. Still
Whatever.
doesn't like it. 35.
What did it say?
An extra. Wait. So I remove that one. Let's see if that works. So where's this? Okay, I need one more. I think these all should be indented one more time. For readability purposes, maybe. Yeah. Okay, looks good. Right. Read chat, new chat. Test. Deploy. Sign. 32.
Looks like I got too many now. Got to take one off the end.
That's weird. Because see, because this one is this one. And this one is that one. Anyway, let's try it. $21.
Why do we have
Admin.
How come we have admin tally? Just take that line out. We don't have admin tally capability.
Okay, let me try something. So this should be. This should be on another line. Okay. I still have doubts about the syntax. $26. Free
Inbox.
variables. Top level free variables are not allowed. Inbox.
Where do you have inbox?
We don't.
What line does it say? There's inbox. We have it twice. Okay, so we try to write the inbox when we haven't gotten it read. Okay, so we have to move that line up into the 4 where we read inbox. Inbox is out of scope here. Okay, where you got inbox on line 21. We read inbox.
Right, 21. So I need to move this here, like that? No.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what order it's in. Okay, so we're putting 2 things in your inbox: chat admin and chat. we're really doing two things. We're creating the chat and we're subscribing you to it.
I think it likes it.
Okay, commit it.
No data.
At deploy ID, wonderful.
And deploy.
That's the next problem we have to deal with. Now deploy ID is turned.
Right. So you do I have access to this repo?
Why is it not sending anything from turn? It's not finding chat. I know why it's not finding chat.
Why?
That needs a little piece of code in it that doesn't have in it. Look at the issue class, for example.
Yeah, what about it?
Okay, so look at that insert arbitrary.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does an insert arbitrary of $issue as a URL. So if you copy that whole section of code and change issue to chat, it'll print out the URI for chat in the registry. I think you need one more.
Where do I need to put it?
Doesn't really matter. It has to be in par with everything else. Put it at the top, I guess it's easiest.
Oh no, it should be. It should be somewhere in here.
What are you doing? Oh, insert arbitrary.
Should be in
Wait,
here.
what happened to-
Arbitrary.
Yeah, now you got it back again. That's good. Why don't you want to do that there? I would leave this as a separate new.
As a separate, I'll just copy the channels into.
Yeah, well, I think there's a good reason why it had it separate. But that's okay. In other words, you don't need it outside this routine. So why have it defined for the whole scope?
It's just so this. Okay. I get it now. New arbitrary. So it should be on par with everything else.
You need one more end bracket to capture the new.
Yeah.
You didn't copy the final bracket.
Like that.
I don't think so. You didn't. You have nothing. You don't have an end of the new.
I'm not hearing you. I
No
didn't.
end to the new.
So I need to copy the entire thing, like that.
Just from the new down to the matching bracket. One more line. There.
Okay. Yeah, but it's copied.
Where's the end bracket for the new? I don't see it. Is that it?
Right. This is like that. And right, std out.
Where's the? Okay, because it says the 4 on the same line up there. Move the 4 down if you want to see it clearer.
4.
On line 14. There's a 4. Put a new line before the 4.
Ah, yeah. That's much cleaner.
Okay. And that should be new.
Yeah, this should move here.
It should be under the new.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you have to do a redeploy class. And it should find it in the.
Did I save this?
No, you have to do a redeploy class. In your console. You did a redeploy. We did a redeploy class before, but it didn't have the URI. So it was never found. So we have to do a redeploy class again in the Bootstrap directory.
Redeploy class in the Bootstrap. Ah, okay. What
If
does
you're
that
if
do?
you're changing a core function, you have to do a redeploy class.
Ah. Syntax 88. It doesn't like something.
It looks like you have a parentheses not matched.
Yeah, at line 88 on the chat one. So we need to remove one of them, right?
Okay.
Okay, success. So how do we test it now with the interface?
See if it works.
It failed.
What is the problem?
Syntax, line 11. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It still complains.
Same thing.
No, let me change this first. Issue at line 14.
What line?
This one. Looks beautiful.
Why do we have an insert arbitrary here? I'm confused.
It's new chat.
Yeah. Now that's we put that code in the wrong routine. It should have gone in chat.
Oh. I don't know what.
To find the class, we have to get the URI of the chat.
Where can I read about?
Now, how
Where
come
can I read about the system contracts, like the registry?
Well,
I don't know what.
you don't have you still have issue here. not chat. I don't know how that even ran. I mean, how that can't run.
Okay, so where do we insert arbitrary here? Here somewhere.
Put it right at the top in parallel with everything else.
Okay.
Okay, but what are we inserting? Okay. We're not inserting star issue. I don't even know how that even worked. Okay, we're doing chat. Where the hell is chat? Chat's lowercase. Okay, so up on line 3 or 2. Okay, you got that issue there. You got to change that to chat on line 3. Okay, we want the URI for the chat. Unforgeable name.
Okay.
Okay, that's what we want to look up. Okay, and then we want to define it on line 5. We want to make it $chat.
Wasn't it channel instead of chat? No.
No, we're defining the class chat. The contract. Hey, Bill. You got me at the tail end here. We've been going for hours here.
Well, I was, hi, Carol.
Hi there.
So,
You're too loud.
It's the changing of the guards. I'm an hour late already.
Now we're late for what?
Well, I was gonna leave at noon, but I may leave in the morning, but I'm gonna spend some time dealing with my woman.
Your problems.
Yeah. Should I leave this open with the recording going, or?
I don't need the recording myself. I do have my head out today, so maybe that's okay. I don't know.
It's perfectly fine. Don't worry.
Do you want?
What make me through this, Jim?
We were implementing chat. So Kirill can explain it to you.
All
Yeah,
right.
right. No, I can't.
Okay, we just did we're just about to do a redeploy class of chat. Okay, because we didn't have the URI displayed, so we're fixing that here.
Well, so the first thing I'm going to look at here is line 5. You need a capital C in chat.
No, we don't. If you look at chat, the new chat on line 1, there's no capital, but we can change that, I guess.
No, line 5. You need a capital C.
That's true. Chat.
It's got to match the file name.
Right. The file name is capital. Okay, so you're better at this than me. See you later.
Jen, I need to talk to you before you leave for these ghosts, okay?
Should I leave you guys?
No.
No,
I
you
gotta
should
go.
tell me everything you know.
I don't know anything.
I have somebody knocking at my door. It is my wife's son. I will return. Hang out here, I'll be back.
He's very loud.
And I haven't eaten anything either.
Yeah.
So
Do you want me to commit my changes so far, and we can continue later on, and I can play with it late, and yeah, maybe figure out how.
see if you can redeploy this class.
Okay. Let me save this. So what happens when I redeploy a class?
It's going to put the address of the chat conference in the chat contract into the dictionary. So that when we make a new chat and it looks it up, it's going to find it. That was our problem. It didn't find the chat name in the dictionary.
All right, top level free variables are not allowed. Deploy ID. We don't have deploy ID, so maybe I need to comment it out.
I'm not sure why we have deploy ID, but I would just add the deploy ID. And then
Where here?
I don't know why it's still going to deploy ID. Where is it? URID. Yeah, just comment it out. I wonder why. Okay, you're gonna have to comment out the par also. Line 6.
Yeah. Maybe. Success.
All right. Okay, so then when it's done here, then see now we got to define our dollar chat with a row
What?
ID.
What does this do?
Okay, well, what that does is that output is then read by the script. And it should say something about updating, adding. I don't know why it's not finished.
Propose finished.
Yeah. So what happens if you hit? What happens if you hit enter now? I mean, it didn't come back and say that it added back to the dictionary. It should have added the chats to the dictionary. I mean, if you try it now, it may not work because it may not have added to the dictionary. You could try the interface, try a new chat. And if we get no output, then we know that it's we get no output, then we know we can see right here. It reads what is this insert arbitrary shit? We should take that out of there.
Oh, I thought you told me to copy this.
That whole section has to come out of the new chat.
Ah, okay. Okay. I think I didn't save it. That's why. Oh. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay, and then if it down chat in the dictionary, then we're going to see line 18 print out. Line 18. If we find chat, it should print that out. But to the return channel, which is what? The deploy ID. Yeah, we should see that. So it still didn't find chat. For some reason, go back to that screen. It didn't put chat in the dictionary.
Maybe it's lowercase chat.
No, it's the file name. Capital chat.
What's the difference between capital and lowercase?
When you made the file name, you made it capital. I'm not sure why that didn't work. When Bill comes back, I'm sure he can tell you why immediately. Okay,
What does Bill do? I've never met him before.
oh, Bill wrote a lot of this code.
What, you mean the interpreter?
No, the rgov, he wrote the redeploy script,
Ah,
wrote a number of the actions, and he's done a lot of maintenance on the rgov itself.
okay. Well, let me commit everything
Yeah,
and I'll look at it.
commit it. You might want to leave this Zoom open in case Bill comes back shortly. I'm gonna go now.